Joining us live now is musician Ella Belfanti. Ella, it must be a real letdown, so disappointing that the festival can't go ahead.
Yeah, it is really disappointing. We were really excited about playing, and obviously keeping the community safe is the priority, and I do understand that. But something that's really sort of rubbed me, and I know a lot of other musicians, the wrong way, is that so many sports events with huge capacities have been allowed to go ahead without social distancing in stadiums with people sitting next to each other. And the fact that an event that was putting in so much effort to encourage social distancing, including having it seated, it's just really disappointing that something couldn't have been worked out, that a compromise couldn't have been made, like there was for, say, the Australian Open in Melbourne, where they, worked with the situation to allow it to still go ahead.
Yeah, is there a lot of anger among those who are due to perform, due to go? What other sort of reactions have you been hearing?
I mean, mostly fear for people's livelihoods. This is something I think maybe people who aren't involved in arts don't realise how much money and is just invested into even getting to a music festival to be able to play there. You're booking accommodation. Often you're flying not only yourself but gear. My band was pretty lucky in that we could drive down, and we were able to stay with my family who live nearby, and that's super lucky. But that's not the case for most people. For a lot of people, going to a festival and not being able to perform and not being able to get paid can put them in a really awful situation. And just the short term. The small amount of time that was given before it got cancelled just means that so many people are losing money and going to end up in awful financial situations. So that's really the biggest reaction that I'm getting, just people being scared for their livelihoods. So that's really disappointing that there's not more support from the government for the arts industry in general. We've really taken a huge hit in general with no live music for such a long time. While New South Wales on the 1st of July last year reinstated, contact sports and everything. So all of these other activities have been able to go ahead, but just the arts have been repressed. And yeah, there's got to be a better way to do it.
And I guess that is one of the other major issues here, is that it undermines confidence in planning and organising future festivals across Australia after this incident. What is the next festival on the cards? Are there plans for other festivals to go ahead?
I mean, there are a couple of things going on in the community, but everyone's pretty afraid to plan things. I know some festivals have gone completely broke. They're never going to be able to run again, which is so devastating. Festivals that have, some of them have been running for 20 years. We've had quite a few festivals cancelled over the whole COVID period. And again, I'm all for doing what's safe for the community, but it is really difficult when there's no support from the government for that, for this industry. So, yeah, I'm really not sure about festivals going ahead later. We'll have to see how we go. I know that there's going to be a lot of fear. This will set a precedent for people knowing that they can't plan for something, and that when things do go wrong, that there's sort of nowhere to turn to.
Musician Ella Belfanti, it is a really tough time, I know, for so many of your fellow musicians and those in the live performance industry. We hope it can get back on its feet. I'm sorry that you've had your plans ruined for the weekend. Best of luck. Hopefully things will improve soon.